I decided to go to United States and Mexico with my family. A lot of people questioned my decision whether going to Mexico with family was a good idea on Twitter and even elsewhere. But I decided to go nevertheless because I am absolutely in love with Mexican culture, its history, Mexican food, and I really wanted to witness the place firsthand along with my wife and my mother.
So we watched the Lucha Libre.
The fear was there. It was there so much that when we took the flight from LA to Mexico City, I was actually pretty anxious about how things would turn out at the other end of the flight. We reached Mexico City and it was all fine. The staff was really nice. So far so good. We took immediately a flight from Mexico City to Puerto Vallarta, which is on the Pacific side. It's a coastal tourist town. The first night we were at this place called Malecon, which is like the promenade right by the sea. We had a great time, and over the next 4 days we went to a lot of beaches, to islands like Islas del Marietas. We had really good food, met a lot of people, and it was a fantastic time. We absolutely had no problem whatsoever. But after that, we had to take a flight to come back to Mexico City. Now, if you know, Mexico City has about 22 million people in its greater metropolitan area, which makes it the second most populous city or second most dense city as well in the northern hemisphere. It's not just that, it's also the most populous Spanish-speaking city in the world. And we all know that stereotype and what we see in the movies and in the news from United States, that there are gangs and there's mafia and there are gunfights and there are drugs. I was really nervous about taking that flight and going to Mexico City, despite the fact that I had friends who had told me it's pretty all right, and also I wanted to go and visit a lot of beautiful places in and around the city. When we got to the city, the first night we stayed in a place called La Roma. La Roma is an upmarket. A lot of expats live there. Despite that, I was so scared that I was actually walking around with my selfie stick almost as a weapon, and my wife kept asking me why I was treating the selfie stick like it's a walking stick or a sword. But in the next couple of days, all my fears subsided. It was really easy to get around in Mexico City. So am I saying that Mexico is completely safe and there's no problem whatsoever? No. Like every big country, and especially countries which have big cities and a lot of people and income disparity, there are issues. You need to be careful. You need to understand which areas are you going to, do a little bit of research, talk to people, avoid places which are supposed to be very dangerous or places where people are known to mug or there's a lot of violent crime happening on the streets. You're supposed to avoid all that. But if you ask me, should you not go to Mexico because of the safety aspect or your concern about your or your family's safety, then my answer is a resounding no. You should go to Mexico because there is so many positives. There are so many beautiful things to see, culture to experience, and overall, above all, the food, that you would be doing yourself a great disservice if you did not go to Mexico when you had the chance. So that's it from me in this video. I will see you in the next video pretty soon. Thank you. If you liked that video, then go ahead and follow Eccentric Sachin. You can also go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit the bell notification. Until we meet in the next video, keep traveling.